Okay, good morning, everyone. Morning. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to the third L2DL Symposium that's hosted by the Center for Educational Resources and Culture, Language and Literacy, also known as CERCLL to many of you. My name is Chantel Warner, for those of you whom I don't know, and those of you on live stream. And in addition to being one of the organizers for this event, I'm one of the two co-directors for CERCLL, along with my colleague Beatrice Dupuis, who's also with us here in the audience. CERCLL is housed here at the University of Arizona in the College of Humanities, but as one of the 16 national foreign language centers who's funded through the Department of Education, we also have a very international scope, and that's something that you'll see in just if you look at the participation list and if you go through the presentations that we have online. If you're interested in learning more about our events and our initiatives, I encourage you to go to cercll.arizona.edu, and I think those of you here with us in the room also have some materials to point you in that direction. As many of you know, this is the final day in a week-long symposium on the topic of participation, equity, and inclusion in L2 digital literacies. And in addition to the talks that we have today, the symposium includes 23 virtual presentations that are hosted on the L2DL website. And if you've not had a chance to do so, I encourage you during the lunch break today or later on this evening or tomorrow to take some time to view this work and get to know some of the work of scholars all around the world who've shared it as part of this event. I next have the pleasure of introducing the Dean of the College of Humanities, Alain Philippe Durand, who's going to offer some opening remarks on behalf of the college.
Good morning. And welcome. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you, especially those of you who are coming from out of town to this symposium that has been going on for this week, but I'm told that today is the first day face-to-face, but we have a lot of people from around the world who are joining us. So I just wanted to say a few words, and first of all, to thank the organizers and CERCLL in particular, the co-directors Beatrice Dupuis, Chantel Warner, and Kate McKay, who are doing such a great job with the CERCLL Center here in the college and at the university. This event, as Chantel was explaining, is hosted by CERCLL, and even though she said it, I want to say it again because we are really excited about that. The center was recently renewed its Title VI funding, and so this is a big deal, and we are really happy about this and looking forward to continuing developing CERCLL on campus, off campus, all around the world, as this event today is showing. So this is also an event that is a collaboration. We are highly collaborative here at the University of Arizona. Oh, okay, that's still working. And so this event is a collaboration in terms of sponsoring between the College of Humanities, the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, the Second Language Acquisition and Teaching Program, which is a GIDP here at the university, and the Department of English at the University of Arizona. This is the third Second Language Digital Literacies Symposium. And I'm told that we have a record number of registrants this year. There were some numbers that were given to me, and that was only of a few days ago, so there might be even more now, but we have 346 people representing 23 countries, 35 US states and Puerto Rico. 183 institutions are represented for this symposium, mainly institutions of higher education, but also some K-12 schools and school district representatives. This is something that is really important as well. So welcome to all of you who are coming from the other institutions and from the community, state and federal government departments, military organizations, and private organizations are represented. And as far as we know, I am told that this is the only hybrid event of this kind. So it's another first for the University of Arizona. We are really innovative here at the university, and this is another example of that. We have an organizing committee that includes colleagues from 3 different colleges: the College of Humanities, the College of Education, the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, and it includes faculty who are hired as well as part of a cluster hire that was done a few years ago, a technology-enhanced language learning cluster hire. another example of the collaboration that takes place here across campus. And the U of A, because of that, and all of the other activities that I already mentioned that are taking place here, is now known for this strength in TELL, T-E-L-L, in addition to related emphasis like digital humanities. That's another thing that we are really interested in the college. We started a Center for Digital Humanities a couple of years ago in the College of Humanities as well as the Department of Public and Applied Humanities. So we are really connecting all of the disciplines and trying to connect all of the different disciplines, especially around this topic of multilingualism, language acquisition. This is something that is extremely important to us here at the university. So my best wishes for a great symposium from all of you around the world, and welcome virtually to Tucson or in person. Thank you very much, and have a great symposium.
As he already stated, this is a collaborative effort between a committee of colleagues. Perfect. And I want to actually, many of them are in the room, but they've all worked really, really hard on this event. So I'm actually going to call out their names and ask them just to give a very brief wave, and then we can do a round of applause. Quickly, Jill Kastic, who's standing here with me already, Emily Helmuth, Ludmila Klimanova, Kate Mackay, Jacob Monzinga, and Shelley Staples. All right, thank you all. I'd like to now introduce my colleague and one of my co-organizers, Jill Kastic, who's agreed to offer some opening remarks on the particular focus of this event, participation, equity, inclusion, on behalf of the organizing committee.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, I'm Jill Kastic. I'm from the College of Education in the Department of Teaching, Learning, and Sociocultural Studies. It is an honor to be here today with you. On behalf of the L2DL Organizing Committee, I wanted to thank all of you for being here. It's great to have so many of you here and so many more of you online. And we have a very exciting day planned for you today. There's many opportunities that we have to link online participation with the dialogues that we're sharing here today. And one of those important ways that we can link and have an archive of what it is we're sharing today is to use the hashtag L2DL as we tweet on Twitter. This is an important way for those who are not on the app or are not face-to-face here to begin to start to draw out some of the key themes and ideas and questions and notions that are tickling our brains today as we work across these particular communities. If you don't consider yourself a very active tweeter, today you're going to be an active tweeter. Today you're going to push yourselves to be able to create these spaces of equity where we're linking in conversation those participants who are online with those who are face-to-face. So I appreciate the opportunity in advance, and I will be reminding you across the day to archive your tweets, your questions, your thoughts, your insights, quotes that come from the talks that you'll hear today, because that gives us an online presence through which we can build from here beyond today and beyond just those who are in the room. So we had many conversations in amongst our organizing group and with CERCLL to choose this year's theme. And we are very aware of the many trends globally to think about equity issues at the core and foundation of the work that we do together. The organizing committee explored and examined the many trends that are telling us that equity, inclusion, and participation are vitally important to language educators and the worldwide audience that we're with today. This poll from the International Literacy Association that was recently done with over 2,000 participants in 91 countries identified equity issues among the top areas in need of focus. And we are paying attention to what that means, not only as higher education, researchers, students, learners, and the like. We're thinking about this in terms of the broad community. So being able to think about what's happening on the worldwide scene and also examining very carefully the ways that that plays out in academia, the notion of digital inclusion and digital equity has given rise to a number of new publications across disciplines to explore the constellation of factors, perspectives, and disciplinary areas addressing and examining these important issues around equity, inclusion, and participation. The two that I have here are but a multitude of special issues that have been organized around this topic. So in choosing this year's theme, a particular focus and a particular lens has been put on the idea of digital equity, which is a subset of the larger kinds of equity issues that are being talked about across the field. So digital equity, and this definition comes from the National Digital Inclusion Alliance. It's sometimes important to look beyond our higher ed or to look beyond education in general to see what broader organizations are thinking about. This National Digital Inclusion Alliance defines digital equity in terms of building the digital capacity needed for things like employment, lifelong learning, access to essential services. And as we reflect on these ideas, it's a means of opening up access and participation through the very inward-looking ways we look at the way we organize instruction, the way that we plan our classroom events, the ways that we go out into the world to spread our ideas and to think about connections. Digital equity is but a subset of another broader term called digital inclusion. And when we think about digital inclusion, it includes 5 elements, but it's also designed to enable and encourage self-sufficiency, participation, and collaboration. So as we begin to start to connect our ideas in a related way across these broad notions, we may choose to evolve these definitions for our own purpose, and I encourage us to do that as we have conversations today. I also think that it's about enabling our ideas to have life in the spaces beyond this room, beyond higher education, and beyond our particular disciplines. So I want us to think about pushing back on this definition, expanding this definition, particularizing this kind of definition, but at the core, thinking about the ways that equity and inclusion connect with digital equity and inclusion in our 21st century world, saturated with digital devices, connectivity, and the like. So in closing, I just want to say, as we reflect on our roles as educators, researchers, and learners, it's up to us to create the conditions for digital equity and digital inclusion. CERCLL's mission to create partnerships and collaborations across higher education, K-12, community groups, libraries, and the community writ large around the world. We're opening up alternative forms of learning spaces, and I invite us to be able to share those ideas as we work across the time we are here today. Thank you so much for the opportunity to set this vision, and please continue to link with our online participation at #L2DL. Have a great day.